Alrighty, guys and gals, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Misty Mountain Gaming Channel. I am your host, Big E. This is City Skylines. This is our second season of City Skylines. We are calling it Copper Creek because of the beautiful map that we're playing on, created by a content creator who goes by the name of Scotland Tom. Anyway, we put this area up here last episode. Big, giant, kind of whatever. What is this balloon doing here? Oh, he's just scaring the daylights out of his passengers. Anyway, when I logged into the game, I had about 50 error messages. A lot of things are broken. I don't know if you can tell here, but the road is different. The concrete is missing. No concrete in here. These paths are disconnected. They are also, I looked at some of the stuff, they're also floating. I don't know what has happened, but I was looking around the city. We've got some major things broken. So usually when that happens, what that means is the game has done an update. The game, like the core of the game was updated, and a lot of these mods that were sitting on the older game files, or however you want to word it, they're not working anymore. So we have a lot of broken stuff up here. And I was looking around the city, so let me know if do you guys notice anything different just by looking at this view? It could be different, it could be missing. The airport is gone. CCR, Copper Creek Regional Airport, is just gone. It's just fucking missing, bro. Look at this. It's just not here, man. That's the only other thing I have found so far that appears to be missing. Well, wait a minute. I didn't check the beach area. Penis neighborhood is still here, apparently. The waterfall is in place. This is still here. The beach area. I don't think we had anything over here. We got a little train station. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I had a ton of error messages in the game, so... And look at this. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. There was a long pause right there, because I was going to stop recording and just not put this episode out. I think what I'm going to do... I think we're going to call this season right here. And I think we're going to start a new season on a completely new map. Given the amount of things that appear to be broken here, and I have so many assets, I think we're just going to start a new season. And as a matter of fact, I think we're going to do it like this. 1, 2, skiddly diddly do. Alrighty, guys and gals, what is going on, everybody? Well, maybe I should do this. And boom, we're back. I don't even know if that's going to make sense what I just did. I'll explain it. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is the Misty Mountain Gaming Channel. I am your host, Big E. I am pretty much always your host. We are playing City Skylines season number 3. There's a reason why this is season number 3 and not still season number 2. The reason is because the game did an update. Apparently there was an update, and boy, my game completely broke. At Copper Creek, completely broke. The airport was gone, just missing. Most of the mods and assets I had were broken. A lot of stuff broke. The pavement tool wasn't working. We had places of bare area with no concrete. The zoning was all messed up on some of my custom roads. So what I decided to do, let's do this for you. I just decided we'll just end the season. The season has been ended. I may do some kind of finale. I don't know. For right now, its season is just on hold. Copper Creek is what it is. I liked Copper Creek. It was kind of creative, like a little sandbox mode build. We tried to get creative. I tried to do some things that I'd never done before with waterfalls, airports, and things like that. Anyway, we're just going to start fresh. So what I did, so many things were broken. When I loaded that game up, which was supposed to be episode 33 of season 2. I had like 50 error messages. It took like 5 minutes for me to close. I close it, I get a new message, close it, get a new message. I was like, oh my God, what has happened? Yeah, so I unsubscribed from all of the assets and mods that I had in City Skylines. And we're going to play this season. We're going to play it fresh. We're going to play it mostly vanilla. And I say mostly vanilla. By the way, this map, I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but it's by a content creator named Owl. He's a very popular content creator for the Steam community. He has some amazing stuff that he's made. It's called Demonios or something, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe just Demonios. I'm not sure how you say it. If he ever sees this, which he probably never will, I apologize if I butchered it. Anyway, we're playing in Lost Funk. A little tip of the hat to Funky Town right there. Well, we need to be paused here. Don't know why we're not paused. But let me show you what we're doing here. So as you can see, my mods, I have Move It, Find It, and Harmony. Harmony is a dependency of Move It, I'm pretty sure. So I essentially have just this. I have no assets. No custom assets at all. Whoops. Oh, boy. What did I just do here? Did I just mess up? I want my textures on high. High textures. Okay. I am rendering a video in the background, hopefully. It's not going to make that big of a difference. So, we're going to, like I said, we're going to play essentially vanilla. So we don't have everything unlocked down here. We're not playing with unlimited money. So we'll have to be careful. We'll start out slow. We'll build up. And then we'll expand. And I was looking at what we have here. This is where we're starting. Kind of an unusual... Well, I guess it's not unusual, but we're starting here. So we have access to water, which is what we need. But I also see a railroad right up here. So the way that... We're going to have to unlock... Where the hell is my mouse? What's going on? There it is. So we're going to have to unlock this square, and then on our third tile unlock, we'll have access to the railroad up here. So this is our short-term goal, to get over here. We're not in any rush, but we're going to start off nice and slow. And I'm looking at this area. This is I love this interchange here. So this map, this reminds me of where I live in New Mexico. This could be any place. This could be Silver City. This could be Albuquerque. This could be Santa Fe. With the exception of the ocean, we don't have an ocean here in New Mexico. We have some rivers and streams and things like that, but we don't have an ocean. But anyway, yeah, I'm looking at this. I love this interchange here. This is really cool how he's done this. So I think what we're going to do is just start with a small little town. We'll take advantage. Now, I'm going to have to make some changes to this interchange here, or just take advantage. I got to think about how I want to make this work, because looking at this right now... Oh, it works. Wait, it doesn't work. That's one way. Wow. Okay. Well, I need to change this, I think. I'm going to have to change this up a little bit. I'm not sure how I'm going to change this up yet, but this is essentially a turnaround right here. I don't know why that would be one way. Well, I mean, I guess I do know why it would be one way, because this is an off-ramp. You can't go the other way. But this essentially doesn't allow... Like, if I hooked a road up here, it wouldn't allow people to come straight through and go to the other side of the highway. So we'll change that up, and then it should function properly. So the first question is, what side do we want to build on? Do we want to leave this beach area open here, or do we want to come up here? Since we have limited money, I think what we need to do, let's see if we can see which direction the water is flowing here. And let me lay a road down. So for anybody who doesn't know, with the vanilla, if you're playing vanilla style and you don't have everything unlocked, you have to lay one road down first. You can just go back in, delete it, you get a little bit of a refund, and then you unlock some other roads. That's just the way the game is. You also unlock your electricity and your water. So if we click on the water and go to the pumping, we can see the arrows. So that flows out towards the ocean. We just have this little area to work with. So the first thing we're going to do, our water pumping station, this is where we want to suck water up. I guess we could also start with a water tower, which might not be a bad idea. It's 60,000 cubic meters per week. This is twice as much. I usually look at the upkeep cost. So the upkeep cost for the water pumping station is $240 a week. Oh, they're both the same. Well, then I'll tell you what, if they're both the same... Wow, this is actually more expensive. The water tower is more expensive. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, decision made. We're going to go with this water pumping station. So we want this upstream from our outlets here. And for right now, we only have we have the eco water outlet, and then our basic water outlet. We're just going to be pumping raw sewage into the river and then into the ocean, which is not ideal at all. But let's take a look at both of these. We don't really have any options at this point. This one does twice as much, so we're just going to do the standard. We'll just do the standard outlet. This rock needs to go if I can delete it. I can't. I can't delete the rock, unfortunately. Okay. Not a big deal. Oh, wait a minute. I can get away with this. Also, this is one of the reasons I have Move It. This is a great mod. Yeah, I kind of forgot I can do this. So we'll actually just do this. I'll put the rock there. That's the beautiful thing about this mod. So let's connect these two. With a water pipe. Your inlet and your outlet are the same. They just share the same pipe. They do different things, but they share the same pipe in the game. A little bit easier to manage. We're also going to need some electricity, and we're probably going to start with, if we can afford a coal power plant, probably the way to go to start, and then eventually we'll try to go to some greener energy, some cleaner energy. Coal is quite dirty. One thing, though, you do not want your industrial area, if you start with an industrial area and a coal power plant, next to your water inlet, because the coal power plant will produce ground pollution and it will be sucked up, and your citizens will get sick. So let's think about the first road we want to use here. We're going to go just a basic road, a 2-lane basic road. A lot of people start with a dirt road. It's 19 cents a week for upkeep. This one's 32 cents. It's not that big of a deal. I think we're just going to go with the regular road right here to start with. And let's think about how we want to do this. I'm so used to playing with unlimited money and stuff that I've got to keep in mind. So we only have 70,000 credits, 70,000 monies, whatever you want to call them, to begin with. So we got to be careful about how much we put in right off the bat. We do have some escape options, some bailout options, if we get into trouble, but we're going to try not to do that. So we're just going to do some small town stuff. One thing I'm probably not going to do a lot of this season is terraforming. We're going to go with the flow. This area is relatively flat. Looks like we're in like a little valley Got some hills and mountains around us, but I'm not going to do a whole bunch of terraforming. We're just going to use the terrain as it is. So this is going to have to change here because I need people to be able to come across this way. Also, people on this side of the highway, we'll call that eastbound. They need to be able to come here and go through. So we need to upgrade this right off the bat. And I actually don't know if we'll be able to upgrade it. We're going to have to do this. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. Wait a minute. Is that right? Is that... I can't get this one for some reason. Oh boy, that's a little bit unfortunate. I can't upgrade that because of this road. Okay, well, we'll just do this. This is a little bit unfortunate. I'm wasting some money here. That also gets rid of the tunnel. The one thing I'm not good at is creating tunnels. So I'm going to have to work this. Let's see if we can make this happen. Page down. Can I grab that? Okay, that works. Beautiful. I didn't have to make my own tunnel. So let's put the highway back in. One thing I'm going to have to... One mod I am going to download, and I'll let you know the mods that I download as I get them. We're going to get the Picket mod I absolutely love. And as a matter of fact, I don't have access to the highway. Oh my god. This is a problem. Oh, I do have access. Okay, good. Alright, I was a little bit worried right there. No, this is a 6-lane road. I need this. I need to get to 2,400 people, so I have just messed up here by deleting this. Which means I'm going to have to do this. We're going to have to do that. That is not ideal, but we'll fix that as soon as we can. Unfortunately, you just don't have access to the roads. I wish that was not a thing, but that is a thing in the game. Anyway, so now people coming, they can get off the highway here. They can take a left, and then they can get into our neighborhood, and they can get back onto either side of the high road. This is going to be Main Street, essentially, now and in the future. And, yeah, we'll run it off this way, over this river. Maybe we'll do something different when we approach the train tracks over here, but that's too much to think about for now. So we're going to start laying in a little neighborhood. And the best way, for me personally, I like just kind of go like a grid pattern. I try to get away from the grid pattern sometimes, and I say I'm going to be a little bit more organic and have some nice flowing neighborhoods and streets, but I almost never do. But initially, it just works best. We're going to go, just for efficiency, we're going to lay some regular, just a grid-like pattern. I've chosen the wrong road. It's wasting some money. So how far did we come out here? We came out 1,600. Yeah. So we'll come out 1,600 this way as well. Like that. I'm going to keep my intersections far apart if I can, at least one node apart. Leave this node open. And we can bring neighborhoods in through here. So let's see. I'm going to want my industrial, I think we'll have a small pocket of industrial. Let me see here. I've got to think about traffic. Probably need to change this up in the future. We're going to leave it for now, but it's industrial works best if it has direct access to the highway. Maybe I can create something over here for the industrial trucks, and this will be for our residents over here. I might be able to do that. We're not going to need industrial like right off the bat, but we are going to need it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring this over. And we need to think about power, how we want to do power here. I think what we probably should just do, while I have the money. See, you can see it costs $19,000 to place, and it's $560 a week. We're going to place this back here. So that's the pollution radius that you see there, the noise and the pollution radius that this causes. So we want this far away from our citizens and also far away from our residential. Now, the other thing the other mod I might get is the need for no power lines. It's a really great mod. It saves you some money. These power lines just look absolutely horrible. And unfortunately, you have to start with these. Like, the vanilla game just doesn't have any other options. You have these massive power lines. I think of these like something you see along long stretches of highway or that connects towns and stuff together. But these, unfortunately, are what we have to deal with right now. So we'll try to lay these in as efficiently as we can. This might be a little problem getting over the road here. Okay, we can jump over. Can I jump over here? I don't want to jump over the highway. Trying to keep things... I mean, eventually, when we fill in, this will disappear. But that may be a mod that I get. And I'm going to write down stuff as I think I'm going to need it. So, the no power... and the picket. And I'll review these in case anybody's watching who doesn't watch the other seasons. I'll review them as I get them. Some of these mods are very just quality of life stuff. They're very, very good. It helps out a lot with the game. Okay, so we've got our power station in. We've got about $30,000. Call it $29,000. We are still paused. I highly recommend staying paused because as soon as you start laying roads, if you're not paused, you have the upkeep costs for everything that you place, for your water inlets, your outlets, your power lines, your roads, the power plant, all of that stuff. So we need to think about a neighborhood in here. This is going to be a little industrial area back here when it's needed. We don't need it right now. My commercial zones I plan to have along, we're going to call this Main Street. And then residential off to the side. So we're going to leave another space here. I'm going to come out this way. Can I hook that up? We can hook it up. So we're just going to grid. We're going to grid in a little bit. That goes out to 1600. So let's go back out 1600 this way. We'll come down here and then we'll have some neighborhoods. And what I'll do is I'm just not going to zone up. I'm not going to connect that because I want to keep my intersections kind of spread apart. Because if your intersections are too close, you end up having traffic problems further down the road as your city gets bigger. Also, this road is eventually going to be upgraded into probably a 4-lane, 2 lanes on each side with a medium in the middle. Median, yeah, right. Okay. So let's, for these neighborhoods, we can take advantage of the 4x4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? Is it this one? That gives us 4x4. So 4x4, anybody who doesn't know, a 4x4 is the largest building that you can place, residential or commercial. So you can use your nodes to make that happen. So in other words, if we go here, so I could lay something in the ground. I'm not used to seeing the brown right here. I'm used to seeing the green. But if we go 4x4, so that's the largest you could put in. And the way this works out, did it actually work out? It didn't actually work out. That's actually fine. I don't mind this. I don't mind having this little space right here. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. And then we'll do the same thing over here. Yeah, I don't mind it being broken up like that. I don't mind that at all. We're not going to zone up here. This is going to be commercial, so we'll just leave that. I didn't take this down far enough. That's why there's a space. It doesn't really matter too much. All this will fill in fairly quickly. And since that's already broken up there. That one worked out. Why didn't this one work out? Did I not take that up far enough? Hold on, what's going on here? Let me look at that. 560? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Oh, it's because I haven't put these in. That's why. Okay, I see what happened. Did I see what happened? I don't think I even saw what happened. Let's just do that. That'll fill in fairly quickly. We're going to have to run power over here, and what I'll do is we'll just put a power line from here. And hopefully that will catch. So one thing you can do, the way that power works, if anybody doesn't know, it spreads from building to building. So what I probably need to do is this. That way this stuff will zone in first, for sure. So, and then I'll just zone this back in easily and we'll get that happening. I'm going to be a little proactive and we're going to put some commercial here. I feel like that's the best place for commercial is along the main street. This is where your heavy traffic is. I feel like that's the best place to put it. So we'll do that for right now. And I think we can kind of unpause. We'll let things start flowing and showing. Oh, I need water. Let's get our water through here. One thing I say every season is I want to try to stay under the roads. I usually end up not doing that. But let's see if we can hold true. That worked out very nicely right there. Let's just see if we can hold true and keep the power lines under the roads for now. Okay, let's unpause the game. You're going to see us lose money. We still have 8,000 credits, so this might be okay for us here. And that's nice. So that popped in. This is going to pop in immediately. Because power is going to jump, we'll go ahead and do this. And we should see a demand for either commercial or industrial, which can also be offices later on in the game. So I'm curious to see what kind of buildings pop in here. I think it's a whole theme to this map I'm playing on. You may not see the buildings look unique until they get higher level. But we'll just kind of let this work here. So we should start seeing some traffic flowing in soonish. This is really ridiculous. I can't believe I did that. So I would think they're coming from like 70 or 80 miles an hour to probably 30 or 40 here. Pretty terrible, but that's just the way it worked out. We can speed up a little here. What I'd really like to see is some Adobe-style houses. That's very common here where I live in New Mexico. Beautiful architecture. The Southwestern style of houses. Even the underpasses and overpasses, they have this really amazing artwork. It's a beautiful place. It really is. I love it. I fell in love with the Southwest. Years ago, I drove through it on my way out to California. When I moved to California, I remember driving through southern New Mexico and like Arizona, and I almost stayed. I was like, I'm just going to find a place and live here. That's how I just love it. For me, it's perfect. It's just a mix of like this open desert and the mountainous areas. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So you can see we've got a little bit of demand for some industry. And our commercial zones have filled in here. And you can see what happens. Our residential zones have disappeared. So let's put a little bit of industry. And we'll see how we want to do this here. I don't know why those were off. So I'm going to try to use for now, I'm going to try to use the snap to the nodes here. And we're going to kind of grid up here as well. Nothing crazy. Oh, I don't have enough money. Yeah, I forgot about that. So hopefully we'll start making a profit kind of soon. The way that we can do this, we're going to fill all of this in since we've got a huge demand. People want, they want the industrial in here. So we're going to put it in. And I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave a space so that we can extend these roads in the future. I think I can actually go to there. Yeah, we can go to there. I think I just messed that up. So this will start producing jobs for us. I can go there as well. So by not zoning there, when I extend this road, it won't break anything that it sets up here. All right, we're going to need some water. Boy, I don't have any money. This is kind of a problem. I kind of forgot about this. Let's see if we can start making money here. So when I get to a certain... If we hit 440 people, I can unlock loans, and we can take out a loan for a bailout. If we get into too much trouble, I think the game will offer you a free bailout once if you go bankrupt. But we should start turning a profit fairly soon. I can already see it kind of creeping up. So hopefully these buildings won't... If something goes without services too long, whether it's electricity or water, they will go abandoned. People will move out. But they'll last a while without water and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get caught up here. You see how dirty this area is? It starts producing smog and stuff immediately. Any trees or ground coverage, bushes will all die in this area because it's a generic industry. So that completely used up the demand for an industry. So we have some demand for residential. We're going to keep popping this stuff in here. There we go. We are... Well, I was looking at the wrong thing. I thought we were making progress here. We're close. We're going to start making money soon here. And I'm going to zone this in a piece at a time. That way the electricity jumps. And if we look at the electricity, you can see how it spreads like that. So probably safe to put that in there as well. All the industry demand has been used up. Now we are starting to make a profit. And as soon as we're positive, I will put some water lines in here. One of the fun things about playing this game vanilla style is trying to balance out your money right here. So we might hit the milestone before we have enough money, which is good. If we hit the milestone of 440 people, we'll just take out a small loan. And hopefully we can catch this before... We need 380 for that, 400 even. Before the buildings go abandoned. If they do go abandoned, it's not that big of a deal. We're making 300 a week, so this shouldn't take long. We're actually going to hit the milestone first, I think. There we go. Little Hamlet. So the game automatically pauses. Now we have access to taxes. This will help us out a ton. Loans. And we also get new services, garbage, healthcare, and education. And generally, as soon as you unlock these, your citizens are going to want that stuff immediately. We also have a medical clinic. We have elementary school. We have to deal with garbage, and that's it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pause. We're going to come in here to this little button here, economy. First thing we're going to do is raise our taxes up to 12%. 12% is the magic number. If you go beyond 12%, your citizens will complain. Unless you have really, really high value land, I think you can actually go up 13, 14, maybe 15%. But if you do this right away, as soon as you unlock taxes, take it up to 12%, it'll be that much more income for you. And your citizens won't complain. And so we actually don't need to take out the loan right now because we got a little money boost right there. So we'll just lay this back in. That should take care of that. Let's unpause. Just in the nick of time. These people were like, we're dying of thirst. We have no water to run through our turbines. What's going on, bro? And no sense of zoning anymore because we're zoned in here. So as this need comes up, these little areas will fill in. However, we're going to need to put some services in right away. Healthcare is not as important, I think, as education first. So they both have a capacity of 300. Are they the same? Okay, they're identical. It looks like one just has a smaller footprint than the other one. So since they're identical and they have the same footprint, what we're going to do, we're going to put a school in. And let's think about, we kind of want this kind of central. So I want to think about how this neighborhood's going to expand. It's going to expand up this way. So I think we're going to want the school up closer to here, but we need to start educating our citizens. So let's put in a road. We're going to keep using these for now. We're just going to kind of hang on to our grid pattern here for now. We can't come out that far yet. That's okay, because that's going to come across. I'm mindful of our money situation, but I think we're going to put our schools perhaps right in here. And we'll have small pockets of neighborhoods, I think, is what we'll try to do. So let me see. How do we want to do this? We're going to come across this way. Actually, I think I could just come across like that. This is what I'll start doing. Put that line right there. Oh my God, excuse me. That was a cough. I know it didn't sound like a cough, but I'm trying not to cough because I'm in a lot of pain from my lumbar, my backbone injury, compressed nerve, compressed disc, all that stuff. We're going to put a school. I'll tell you what, let's put the school. We're going to need several schools here. We'll have commercial on that side. We're going to center the elementary school here, and we don't have access to the high school yet, which is fine. But people will start coming here immediately, getting an education. Also, interstate working out right here. Let's see what milestone. So if you click on this little lock down here, it says milestone. You can scroll ahead. So Worthy Village, if we hit 900, this is our next milestone. We can unlock a tile. I want to see when we get access to the highway. This is 1300. Wow. How far do we have to go? Boomtown? It looks like... Okay, so we have to get 2,400 people before we have access to a highway. Before we can fix this, unfortunately. It's okay. It should be fine. Anyway, welcome to the budding town of Lost Funk. A little tip of the hat to Funkmaster E. He has coined the phrase on the channel of Funky Town. So people are complaining about garbage. So let's put that in. So if you have the Industries DLC, your garbage moves underneath Garbage and Industry. They put this together here. And the only thing we can afford at this point, unfortunately, is a landfill. I really dislike the landfills, but honestly, they just work best initially. You can see the capacity is at 8 million, whereas this has 24,000. What's the upkeep difference? This is actually cheaper, so we're just going to do a landfill, and we'll put the landfill here. Do I want to put it here? I think we are going to put it right here. Industry doesn't care about pollution, so they do not care that the landfill is here. And I left a space so we can bring the road up. This will start working immediately. One thing I like to do when I start getting stuff in like this is go back to my power and see if there's any lines I can delete as we spread out here. Right now, there's not. But let's keep on top of our demands. We're going to bring the commercial zones on either side like that. Yeah, because these roads are different now. It cuts through. It doesn't matter. We can live with it. We're going to fill in here. Let's fill in all of this. And here, we'll go down to there. And we're going to leave a little bit of space between the elementary school. Just because. And the nice thing about these little areas right here is I can make paths. We do have a house there, but I like making paths. It's a good way to take advantage. Really not needed when the blocks are this close, but I just think it looks kind of cool. We don't have access to pedestrian paths right now, but that's maybe we'll use that, or maybe we'll just put some bushes or trees in there. You don't have to jam everything together too tightly. It is weird how this, because I zoned that differently. But you can really only tell if you're looking at it from that view. So that should eat up the residential and the commercial demand. By the way, this scale down here, they call this RICO, which is residential, industrial, commercial, and office. And as I said, the industrial, the orange one, whatever that color is, you can either put industry or offices. I usually don't put offices in until you get educated people, like with at least a high school education. They might even require college, but I don't think so. But if you put offices in, what you'll see is it'll say worker education is not high enough for people to work there. Let's see what we have rolling in here. What do we got there? Is this a marketplace? Just some various stuff. Got a barbecue place. We got a Big Bite. They're packed in here. We are packed in. Another mod that I might download, and if I do, I'll let you know, is the Bob mod. It's beautification or something, but you can choose any building, and you can get rid of the billboards. You can replace stuff. You can add stuff. You can change up the trees, and that's one thing I might do. I would kind of like some cactuses and just kind of a Southwestern type of foliage. That doesn't even make sense. The trees, the vegetation, I kind of want. Maybe we can go through and change some of this up with that mod. Let me write that down. I was trying to remember some of the quality of life mods that I needed before I started the new season here, but I can only remember like 2 of them. Anyway, we may as well throw in a little health care clinic. Oh, we can't afford it. How much does it cost? 10,000? Okay, we're pretty close. We're going to be able to afford this. We're going to throw in a clinic for our citizens. It's not actually vital yet, but it will help make people happier. But we're making $2,000 a week. You can see this. This is a weekly change, which is pretty nice. We can speed up time here a little bit. You have 3 speed settings. We'll go double time for right now. Now we can afford the clinic. We have 2 options. That one's $400 a week upkeep. So they're both the same. They both cost the same. They're exactly the same. It just depends on what style you like. Let's do this one. We want this centralized as well. So we'll put this. Can't actually fit it there. Where do we want the clinic? Let's put our medical clinic, and you can see the coverage there. You see the green. So we'll put our clinic up here. It looks like I need some water. We do need water. Let's stay on top of the water. We'll come out this way. And we'll come out this way. Oh boy. Let me turn my guidelines off. That way we can hit that little teeny, we can cover that area right there. All right. Oh, we just hit Worthy Village, population of 900, so we get a little money boost. We can unlock another tile. Not a huge thing right now. Really no need for us to unlock a tile right now. If we could get to the train tracks, maybe, but we get districts, policies. We can get a second loan, specializations, and service policies. We also have unlocked fire and police and unique buildings. We have industry specializations, and maybe we'll get into this. We can do cleaner industry, self-sufficient buildings, and policies for power, water, and smoke. We also, and we unlocked the police station and the firehouse. So fire protection is something you want right away. And what I'm going to do, definitely do your fire station before your police department. Police department is not that big of a deal, but I'm actually going to pause if a fire breaks out, it will spread from building to building if you have that enabled, and you don't really want that. So ideally, we want something that will cover both the industrial and the residential. So with that in mind, it's going to break that line, unfortunately. That's okay. I'm going to do this. We're going to put a little teeny road in here. I'll put that back. We might actually not even need to. Let's look at the firehouses. Are these the same, 560 and 1200? Looks like they're the same, so it's just whichever one you prefer. I think I prefer this one. So we're going to put this here, and we're going to put the police station right across the street from it. Right on the corner. I don't think we can afford it yet. We can't. That's okay. And let's get these back in place. Hopefully that connects. Will that connect? It should. It did. Looks like it just connected. I might actually use move it here. Okay. Let me read. I'll just leave it. You can see when I drug the line, it disconnected. So I'll just leave it like that. Looks like it's connecting. It's fine. And as soon as we can afford a police station, well, this is where the police station will go on this side. But hopefully this will cover. We could go here. So it actually doesn't have great coverage over here. It doesn't mean that they can't get there. It just, this is the ideal coverage. So I probably, when we can afford it, I'll put one here and we'll put one closer over here. But this neighborhood is going to join up over here. We'll have a little, a blank area in between the industrial and the residential. We don't want them too close together. Unique buildings we're not going to worry about. Got some residential demand is creeping up, so let's keep on keeping on. We'll keep on top of our roads. I can unlock this tile if we wanted to. It would help with the layout of the neighborhood. But we don't have to, just because we're using a grid pattern doesn't mean we have to keep blocking it up. We could change the grid. We could have this main street roll up this way, and then we could start blocking up this way. But we've got a lot of room here, so we're just kind of going to work with what we have for right now. And the intersections, I was saying I don't like my intersections too close. I don't mind them close together in a residential neighborhood. It's not that big of a deal. But these main roads where they access the highway and the commercial areas, I like to have at least one space in between. It's just a personal preference. But let's think about this. We'll bring this across, and we'll bring this to here is what I was doing. Let's lay the water pipes in. Well, they're actually pretty well covered. I think it's a good idea if you're trying to stay under the roads, you can turn your guidelines off, and that way you can kind of get these, so you don't have like you see that little gap, you don't have that little weird stuff happening. You can put these exactly where you want. Kind of make them efficient, even though we've got some. Let's just connect these two. There. Alrighty. And we'll probably, let's pull this up here. This road is going to come out this way, and I'll just assume that road's going to come up that way. All right, we have a huge demand for residential. Let's keep filling in here. We'll just fill all of this in. That'll fill in really quick. We're going to continue with our commercial on this side. It's not a huge demand. But as more people move in, they'll want more commercial. And we'll also keep in mind about how big we want this first neighborhood. I like the idea of breaking up. I think this season will, if I can remember, we'll have smaller pockets. We'll have this neighborhood right in here, and then maybe we'll have a little road and there'll be another community over here. They don't have to be packed in. Maybe if we, decide to do a big city, maybe the big city will be back this way somewhere. You got smaller neighborhoods in here, and then maybe a larger city back that way. Who knows? We can do whatever we want. Let's check on our services, make sure we're holding good with electricity. We are. Now, we are going to have to do something about electricity as we get bigger. Maybe another coal power plant. We'll see. We could, I don't think wind energy is going to be very effective for us right now. Based on where, oh, we do have some, we've got 8 megawatts. So if you see the blue areas here, the 8 megawatts is as high as you can get. And usually you get it with these, when you're elevated. But we have, it's pretty strong wind in here, so that is an option for us. But we don't need to worry about it right now. And we're good to go for water for right now. Garbage is absolutely fine. Now, the problem with landfills, they fill up. And once they fill up, they're kind of just an eyesore. You have to empty them either to another landfill or to an incinerator or something like that. So we'll figure that out when we get there. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to reduce this. Actually, how do I want to do this? I'm going to connect that so I can get rid of this and this. It seems like it's way too loud and way too annoying. Okay. Another thing to look out for, sometimes if you put too many of these pumping stations close together, it'll actually, the water level will recess and you actually don't suck up water anymore because the water level gets too low. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Man, that is just nice. You can just hang out and fish here all day, especially on this side. Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate things about the early game. Just dumping raw sewage. Yeah, pretty rough. Okay, our industry demand is going up a little bit, as well as our residential. Let's try to stay on top of it. It's not... You don't have to jump on it like immediately. It's not that big of a deal, but I in the early game, I like to stay on it a little bit. So we'll fill in there, and let's expand here. Think about how we want to expand this. So let's turn our guidelines back on here. And again, for industrial, I don't mind. I should have planned for that. It's just not very well laid out here at all. I don't mind these close intersections like this, so we're just going to do this so I can cram more stuff in. And I think that's close enough to the highway there. And I don't want to get too close to that. So we can unlock another tile when we need it. We don't need it right now. So for the time being, we're just going to do this. I should be... Oh, I didn't position that? How did I mess that up? So here's a problem. I can't actually move this. Well, wait a minute. Yes, I can. This is why I have this mod, this Move It mod. With a landfill, you would normally not be able to move it until it's empty. But with Move It, as you can see, I just moved the hell out of it. So, yeah. Because I just didn't plan that very well. It should still be functioning. Sometimes when you use Move It... Oh, we just hit Tiny Town. But sometimes when you use Move It on an asset like that, it breaks the asset and you have to reset it or replace it. But we just, we are 1,300 people. Now we can, we've unlocked parks, which is great for our people. It makes them happy, increases land value. We have landscaping, which means I have access to paths. Parks and plazas, we have level 2 buildings, all kinds of policies. I generally don't do anything with policies, hardly ever. We have roads. Here are the paths I was talking about. We have industry roads, which are nice. We have keys if we want them. I think I was calling these quays because I'm an idiot. Second season. We have some park stuff. We have the high school, which we need to put in to keep the education up. And then, yes, some of this stuff. Very nice. Okay. Well, this seems like a good place to call it. What are we doing on time? Yeah, about an hour in. We'll call it right here. That's all, folks. Our demands are relatively low. So we'll call it right here. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay, hold on. Before we go, hold on. We've got some crime. We got some burglars in the area. So let's throw down a police department. We'll throw in a police department in right. It actually fits well right there. Look at that. These bros can hang out. They cross the street. Maybe there's a pool hall. Oh, that's French. Blue, white, and red. That's French. This is I guess this was designed by a Frenchman. Yeah, cool. I've never noticed that before. Anyway, that should take care of that. Let's do a little scenic view. There's the smog area. Anyway, welcome to Season 3 in the beautiful budding town of Lost Funk. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining me. I like that we've kind of started on a clean slate here. Got rid of basically everything that we had. So like I said, I'm going to slowly add things back. And as I add mods, I'm not going to get a ton of mods, just the quality of life stuff that really help the feel of the buildings. It helps you kind of manipulate the game a little bit just to kind of work better. But we're not going to go overboard and we're not going to go over the top. But thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. You guys and gals take care. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.